Well, hello there, guys, and welcome to some Strategic Command World War I. Of course, I couldn't help it. We've got to play as the Central Powers and see how we do. And I think we'll go ahead and pretty much get started with, well, nothing other than, of course, the invasion of Belgium. We are in early August, which is exactly when the Germans invaded Belgium. So I'm going to go ahead and declare war via the diplomacy screen here. Enough talk. Let's go to war. Yes, of course. Now, of course, that's going to bring the British into the war, but we have a chance to go ahead and break through quite easily. I'm going to soften up the Belgian defenses first. Now, thankfully, unlike World War II, we don't have to worry about the Netherlands. They are pretty friendly to us. In fact, they give a majority of our food, actually. So let's also move into the Fort of Liège, the city of Liège, really. And I'd love to be able to take Brussels this turn. I don't know if that's actually going to be possible. I think that might be pushing it a bit, but at least next turn we should be able to take it. I'm also going to start taking position along the front line here. We'll grab Luxembourg on the way, and we'll also put another German unit over here in the Ardennes. We actually push them over this way. That seems more appropriate. And yeah, we just want to kind of stretch out our lines as best we can. Let's actually stick right here since we've got a fort. As for the rest of these units, I will keep them in their current positions. I might push forward here a little bit, actually. Might as well, so that we've got the railway completely open. Bring this unit to the north. We'll also bring our cavalry in, since they should be able to get in fairly easily here into Belgium. So this is the zone of control I'm going to hold right now. I don't think I'm going to attack any of the French troops unless I got some really excellent positioning. What I might do is push forward over here. We're kind of we're not overextending, but we are pushing a little farther into the lines than I'd like. Okay, well, so we've also got some reinforcements back here. We absolutely want them to be here just in case to support the army. Make sure that no one else can move forward. I think that's going to be it for this turn. We can also bring this infantry unit forward, and, oh, look at that. The cavalry can make it through. Carry out an attack on the capital itself. Now, my biggest concern, believe it or not, is the Eastern Front, and that's because the Russians are pretty beefy this early in the war. There's just so many of the Russians. So I think what I'm going to try to do is hold Königsberg under any circumstances. So pretty much just keep our current positions. We're not going to move much. I will take this unit over here and just pretty much form a line. We can even start building entrenchments. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and entrench. Because again, I know that they're going to be extremely aggressive here. Over here we can try and do some damage, although I doubt we're going to succeed. And over here, the same issue with the Russians attacking our Austrian friends. Really think it's important just to move up here and pretty much get entrenched in these positions across the river, and also on the rail lines. So pretty much we're holding the rail lines in the river as best we can. Eventually, we might do some sort of counterattack, but for now, the best thing to do is just stay silent, pretty much. See, already we see some units at Lublin. I'll also put this unit here at Krakow. And the city itself should be sufficient so that we don't have to entrench. And we've also got these Uhlans. We'll bring them forward and just prepare. As soon as the enemy attacks, these guys will be ready to strike. Now, of course, I'm sure you're thinking, Agrippa, why don't you go and attack these areas? That's because almost certainly there's going to be Russian units here. We're not going to surprise them. This is not World War II. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at that. What did I tell you guys? Also grab this unit, and not too concerned about the Russians attacking us here, although maybe I should be. And I'm going to try to actually move up with that infantry unit, the 22nd Corps. And Serbia is also an issue. I mean, the issue with Serbia is just, might be a small country, but getting in here and successfully attacking it is tough. If we go in here, they're almost certainly going to have defenders. So what I'm going to try to do is go around. Again, I don't know if this is going to work. You can see that the Serbs are well dug in and well prepared for us. Hey, Andrew and Arturo. How you doing, buddy? Did it launch today or did I get it early? I got this game early. But I think it's already launched, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the concern with Serbia, is just getting through there. even at a loss, we're still not managing to actually get through. We are going to still move in and try to damage them, but not much we can do early war here against the Serbs. Now, a very important aspect is going to be the naval conflict, so I am immediately going to go and search for some British ships, and we want to try to sneak our submarine through here if we can. In fact, I'm going to try to sneak him through right now. Oh boy. It's like a British warship. It would be nice if we could catch up to him this turn, although I'm not sure we can. There's a ship right there as well. Let's engage. We damaged the port a bit more than we did the actual ship, but we did do some damage in terms of MP, so I'm going to keep on pushing forward with the rest of the Navy here. Hopefully we get the British to actually engage us in the open seas. Now, we're not doing any upgrades or anything like that, because this is turn 1. We don't have any real usable MPPs. As you can see, we're at 0, so we need to wait till next turn before we consider that. But I think we've got a hell of a navy here. And we should be able to do some damage, some serious damage to the Brits. Thinking maybe I should move one of those units into the Ardennes forest, but I'm going to let the French get it. I'm not too concerned about it. We can always come back later. There might also be some French ships getting over here into the Mediterranean fairly soon. For now, though, I'm going to try to keep it cool, and I'm actually going to try to get this sub out of here to attack British shipping. Oh, look at that! A Belgian ship. No, it's a French ship. It's a French ship. Never mind. We are going to engage it, but unfortunately, our Austro-Hungarian Navy is not as good, as you can imagine, as our German one. We're actually going to destroy a battleship there. 700 national morale. That's pretty good. We're going to have to take this thing down little by little, but as you can see, each attack of ours is pretty useless against the enemy. I'm thinking the Vribus here might actually be able to stand up to the enemy ship. Let's take a shot. Yeah, somewhat better, but still taking a lot of damage in this attack. Unfortunately, the Austro-Hungarian Navy really not very good. And I'm going to keep the rest of them back here. By the way, feel free, guys, to give strategy advice, suggestions, especially in terms of the Eastern Front. I'm trying to contain it, but I think it's going to be pretty difficult. All right, enough chit-chat. I think we can end the turn here. I just want to make sure we don't have any gaps in the line. Would be nice to move in there. Yep. And something like that. That seems better to me. Okay, let's end the turn, and let's hope for the best. Okay, Luxembourg, of course, surrendering there. Germany plunders 24 MPP. Not much. I expected more from taking an entire country, but it is Luxembourg. Our Mittelmeer division, whose flagship is the Goeben battlecruiser, is currently in the Mediterranean sailing towards Constantinople. It is recommended that the Goeben continue on to Constantinople will be taken into service with the Ottoman Navy. Yes, of course. And this was, apparently somebody mentioned in the comments for previous videos, that this was one of the starting points that brought the Ottomans into the war. I believe the French destroyed the ship before it could make it to harbor. General von Bomm-Ermoli and his 4th and 7th Corps of our 2nd Army are currently en route to Novi Sad and Tenishborg near the Serb border, where they will deploy shortly to take part in the invasion of Serbia. No, I want them to just deploy against Serbia. I don't want them in the fight against Russia right now. Although, I'll be honest, I'm pretty concerned about the Serbs as well, despite being such a small country. The good news is they probably aren't going to leave and attack us, so that's one thing that I feel pretty safe about. Russian mobilization continues. And they already have so many men. It's important we take Belgium before the UK gets too many units in there. They're going to try to send as many as they can to support. And as you can see, the Russian assault commences. And they have a lot of men. So I think we just need to get dug in and fight back as best we can. Exactly, Kaiser. Avenge the Archduke. Exactly. That's what we're trying to do here with the Serbs. but not sure it's going to be so easy. Okay, good defense there by our battle cruiser. Not sure how long that's going to continue for, though. Probably going to be able to knock out this battle cruiser, but we've got plenty on the way. We've been building in anticipation for this war. That was a wonderful hit there. Taking 6 points down, and I think we'll be able to get an enemy flagship next turn, almost certainly. They got 700 national morale from knocking out one of our battle cruisers, but we'll be back very soon. Over here, not so certain. Just because our Navy is not great there in the south. Up here in the north, we're excellent. So as soon as they're done beating us up here, we're going to be able to get some vengeance during the next naval conflict. Good job, sub. Take some of these ships back to the port for repairs. They've certainly earned it. Am I likely to be affected by the recent YouTube changes? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the recent YouTube changes, he's talking about the Child Protection Act, is pretty neutral in the sense that, like, all it really is essentially, like, this channel isn't made for kids, even though a kid could probably watch, I would say, like, 80% of our videos and be fine. So I've just put not made for kids. It actually has remonetized a few videos that were demonetized, so far it's a good thing. But as with anything with YouTube, I'm skeptical. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I doubt it. I think that might be the first YouTube change where I'm like, yeah, not too concerned. They've also added a cool new system with the super chat where you actually get to select stickers. And I don't even think it's called a super chat anymore. Or maybe it still is. I think it's just called like a donation or a contribution. So that's also a bonus with this whole rolling out of the Child Protection Act. Of course, honestly, I mean, ultimately, parents should just be careful with what their kids watch, but, yeah, I guess it's not so easy these days. Alright, so we're going to have to transfer some of those Austrian troops east to cover that front, but it's really tough to stop the Russians from breaking through here. This is, for me, the scariest front of the First World War, is the Eastern Front. Hey, James! Yeah, I think so. I think, McMahon, you pretty much nailed it. I mean, even though I'm not exactly, like, I don't curse like a sailor. Occasionally, you'll hear me say something like a curse or something like this, but, generally try to keep it pretty clean. But yeah, exactly. The content is warfare, so I guess that alone kind of makes it not kid-friendly. Don't expose children to reality. That's bad. It's a terrible thing. Tell them nothing about the world. It's not the greatest, but it is what it is. Yeah, right now the French are just building fortifications, and I mean all around. They're making circular fortifications, so that means it takes, I think, 2 turns or 3 turns to build one here, one here, one here. And the Serbs are doing the exact same thing, really digging in here. The arrival of thousands of refugees from Galicia spreads fear throughout Austria-Hungary. Okay, let's boost this here. The Ottomans are getting closer to us as well. That's what we need. A general here. Yes, and a unit. Alright, fear of German raiders upsets British trade. It's going to be upset even more when we get that submarine into their trade waters. Yeah, I agree, Kaiser. I like them. I like uprisings, wars. Given our weakness in East Prussia, we could greatly strengthen our position there by bringing Paul von Hindenburg out of retirement and giving him a field command. Yes! And Erich Ludendorff is going to be assisting him. Both great generals here. Huge numbers of refugees have fled. We have to accept the refugees. This is one decision I think could be changed, because we lose 2,000 national morale by not accepting them. So, let's commence Operation Destroy the Russians. And see, they're attacking from all angles here, all sides. I'll move these guys up to Allenstein, although that leaves this area open. I'm wondering if we should just go down to Novogorsk and try to cut them off, but they'll certainly have a unit there to defend. It's a tough, tough situation. Love to move this guy here, move this guy up, but yeah, leaves Allenstein open, and we can't do that. Hey, not bad. Might be able to destroy a smaller Russian corps here. What I really should do here is actually refresh those units, but I can't help myself. Or replenish, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and attack that Russian, and we've got to start kind of shifting over here. We must put up a fight. So we're going to try to protect the Rova-Ruska railway, pretty much. And kind of set up a defensive line here on the river. I think the road to Lublin will have to leave pretty much open. Move through here, try to get a cavalry attack there. Still works. And here I'm just going to hold. In fact, if I can entrench, although I can't because we've moved, that's what I would have done, and keep the rest of these folks on the railway. We'll defend with a few units here, especially since we've got Krakow here. So I'll also push that cavalry forward. And I think that's kind of all I'm going to do right now to mess around with that. Hello, Icon Rostov. I'm at the point where I wish I was still a child. Dude, I felt that way when I was 25. I'm 30 now. I wish I could go back to my childhood. Are you crazy? I think most people do. Those responsibilities really get you. Alright, reinforce. Yeah, absolutely want to reinforce our Austrians here. I doubt we're going to be able to break through, but we should still try to keep the Serbs on their toes. Look at that. Don't often get an attack like that. Ooh, if we can wipe out a small Serb army here. It's just a detachment, but not bad if we can get it. Oh, look at that. And of course, we can't... yeah, we can't get it. We're kind of leaving the road open to Novi Sad. If the enemy takes it, though, it'll be pretty easy to kill them. Could bring these guys forward, but nah. What I will do, however, is bring these guys to the fight, to the front lines here. We need them. Oh, what is this? Maybe we can... No, I don't think so. I'm gonna put General von Baum over here, so he's actually in a town. Yeah, they're not gonna get through here. No way. Time to take Brussels. The Belgians are ours. Let's go for it. We want to break right through here. Of course, it means putting our men in harm's way, but it's important to really get into the country before any British troops land. That would put us in a terrible position. We're not going to go straight for Brussels. I'm sure everybody, just like me, wants to go straight for Brussels. I am going to attack the French at Lille. Show them that we mean business. We can already see some British troops right here, so that's a problem. Send some units over here. And we want to start attacking Antwerp immediately and Arnhem. All of these areas can be secondary capitals. They're pretty big cities, pretty massive areas, so the Belgians could easily turn them into fortifications. As you can see there, I did go ahead and attack the enemy despite not having the best outcome. Again, I'm really just trying to do as much damage here so we get into Belgium quickly. Brussels is under German control. Keep pushing, man. Maybe we could send a few of these guys over to the Eastern Front. What do you guys think? Or should we keep them here? We're definitely going to take the Ardennes now that the enemy's left that open. In fact, I might go ahead and attack the enemy here. No, they're pretty well defended there in the fort at Verdun. See why the glorious Battle of Verdun was such a bloodbath. But anywhere where we have a slight advantage, I might go for an attack. Just to weaken the enemy. Yeah, that's what we're going to go for. Welcome, 11th Corps. Getting rid of some French armies this early on would be great. And I'm actually going to use the shift-click maneuver. Oh, I thought we could... Wait a minute. There we go. What we can do is actually switch out units. So bring in another unit to attack, which is pretty nifty. And we have shattered the enemy's 13th Corps. Not bad, destroying an enemy army in the Vosges that early. But now we've got another job, guys, and that is hammering away at the British and showing them that we own the seas. Oh, I did not expect them to be waiting for us. That's okay. We're going to go for the big one here, the Lord Nelson. There we go. Nice national morale boost. Good kill. Another national morale boost. This is going to help us big time in terms of research. We also need to start buying new units, but I think what's really important right now is focusing on infantry research. So let's go ahead and try and get the infantry warfare boost. Actually, infantry weapons is probably even more important. So let's boost infantry weapons and try to do infantry warfare. I want to see if we could do the same for Austria-Hungary. Yeah, nice. Early on. Now, it's going to take a while for us to get this, but we're just saving up. And yeah, we can't purchase any new units. I believe we've used up all of those points in research. That's okay. I'm going to hold for now. Might as well move our Air Force a little closer and look at our generals. This guy's already in Cologne, so I'll leave him there. The rest of them, let's maybe move up just a bit. Again, Sedan has been left open. I don't know if the French are afraid to take it or what's going on there, but neither side wants to take Sedan. So I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm not going to worry about it much. But we still have some potential attacks to carry out. I believe we've used all our good battleships, though. Let's see where that sub is. I'm going to try to get through with the submarine. Oh, we're almost there. We're going to be able to get that submarine over there. Wonderful. As for this unit, let's try to push him back. Ooh. There was some mines that he hit? It had to be mines. Damage evaded. I have never seen that before. That is pretty cool, though. I believe this guy's already attacked. Nonetheless, we'll move up and prepare to attack next turn. We're not stopping for anything, guys. We rule the seas. Should be able to get one more attacker in here. Yep, we got a big old battle cruiser. The Kaiser Wilhelm II battleship for the kill. Not too shabby. Let's take a look again over here on the Eastern Front, just getting a second view. Beware the British fleet at Scarpa Flow. Oh, yes. Hey, Ken. Hey, doing other than craving turkey, I'm craving that like button. Hit that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe if you guys are new. Okay, and it really does help, guys. Donations, subscriptions, and shares probably help more than anything. Sharing with your group of friends. Look what I do. After I get home from work, I watch a group of Maxenius. Ain't this great? No, it's not. Why would you do that? What a waste of your time. Well, you know, I'm a simple guy. And that sort of thing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think we're going to move any more of these guys forward. Let's end the turn. We've done enough research. It's going to help us later on. The question is, how long can we hold off the actual attacks by the Russians? Germany celebrates the capture of Brussels, and of course, as I said, the Belgians were going to use either the Ypres or Antwerp as a secondary capital. Baron Conrad von Wagenheim, our ambassador to the Ottoman Empire, reports from Constantinople that the Ottoman army is not yet ready for the large sums of money they will need to spend on it. Let's try that again. Is not yet ready for war. That large sums of money will need to be spent on it to bring it to an acceptable standard. So we can improve the Ottoman army with the cost of 200 MPPs at 50 MPPs a turn for 4 turns. Yes, of course. Definitely. Well, it takes a while before the Ottomans are truly useful. The Polish Supreme National Committee are offering their services in our fight against Russia, and Józef Piłsudski is proposing to raise a Polish legion for service in our army. Yeah, jawohl. Very nice. The Ottomans are quite happy with us. French mobilization continues, and I bet they're pretty creeped out by the capture of Belgium there. They're looking quite prepared. Now it's Deutschland's turn to rule the waves, exactly. Well said, Kaiser. Ooh. Okay, nice. Few more troops. And the biggest problem with that front are the vast numbers of Russians and just how big this damn front is. To be able to cover every single area at once is so difficult. That's why we were really massing our Austro-Hungarian troops there to stop this sort of horde of Russians first. Lord Kitchener issues a call to arms, the famous call to arms, "We want you." Also kind of stolen by the Americans, that whole "we want you to join the army" thing. That was good old Lord Kitchener. And the Serbs are digging in even more. Certainly doesn't seem like they're too phased by our attacks. I don't like that our battleship is trapped here, but I get the feeling we're going to be able to get her out pretty easily. We damaged the enemy navy quite a lot, and we've got more ships on the way. And it seems heavier ships than the British Navy here. Again, the Kaiser has put good money into our naval programs. Yeah, there we go. In the Mediterranean, we're going to have problems naval-wise. Shooting, boys. Pretty even exchange of damage there. I'll take it. Okay, there we go. Russians throwing themselves at our front. I forget if we've entrenched on that front yet. I don't believe we have. That's the next order of business, is to get dug in. Prepare for the attacks by the Russians. They're going to attack all along the line. If you think it was only the Soviets that were able to muster these kind of numbers, even the forces of the Tsar were able to muster, hundreds of thousands of men at a moment's notice. So we're currently facing that problem too. Okay, looks like the French with a renewed offensive on the frontier. They're going to go for that 6 for sure. We have a weakened unit there at the front. They're going to try to destroy them. They're certainly throwing their men here at the front lines. Maybe a mistake on their part. There's some defensive artillery to cover us. We definitely need to get some more artillery. That's another order of business in terms of purchasing units. Of course, we need to get some more infantry, but artillery is really the most important thing, I think. Well, that's an army for an army. Hold on, men. Welcome, folks. Don't forget to hit that like button. Drop some comments here. Chat away. Got a lot of really interesting feedback. And, of course, if anybody wants to give any strategic feedback on what to do, we're more than happy to hear it. I don't know how long I would do this campaign for, but I think we'll keep this as a live stream exclusive. Oh, the Russians are already breaking through. Look at that. Hopefully we can get there to that city quickly, but can see just how effective this is, and of course, we've got to stop them at East Prussia, but not nearly enough men to do that, so I'm sort of considering bringing some men from the Western Front, but just to get them over here would take 3 to 4 turns. I don't know if it's worth it. The French are extremely aggressive here. They seem pretty confident that they could break through. Our forces at Memel are brave, but I don't think they're holding for much longer. East Prussia is falling. Let's at least hold Königsberg. Our base in the Baltic is lost, but maybe, just maybe, we can hold Königsberg. That they're even moving their generals up right to the front. A lot of confidence here by both sides. Yeah, the Russian hordes are arriving, says Plastilin. Exactly. Wonder if we can take Antwerp this turn. I think it's going to take 2 turns to take the capital city, but look at that, more mobilization for our troops. Japan declares war on the Central Powers. What a shift, huh, from WW2. Alright, folks. The Entente's naval blockade of Germany, so yeah, we know all about this. Unrestricted naval warfare is obviously going to upset enemy trade. That's exactly what we're going for. Start some unrestricted naval warfare right now. And also, if we could take Antwerp, that would be great. Yeah, nice. He can get behind the lines and fix himself afterwards. Even if it means moving the cavalry through, I'm going to do it. See if a cavalry assault takes the city, and I believe it does. We'll go ahead and move the cav into the city, secure it, and move the infantry up to engage the remaining Belgians. Obviously, we'd also like to take Ypres, although I'm not sure they can turn Ypres into a secondary capital. Now, that unit right there is in some trouble. We're moving him back. We're going to get him some medical attention. And we'll move this unit into his place. Also, while we're at it, do some damage to the French there. I don't want to start building entrenchments yet, because I think we still have a fight left in us. Sending in a cavalry unit to defend is not exactly a brilliant maneuver. We got to get this guy in, but he's pretty far away right now. Here's what I'll have to do. Move him there. We might need to take a cavalry unit and defend that position just for a turn. That's pretty scary. Maybe if we shift forward, shift, eventually this will work. Yeah, this is going to work, and believe it or not, we actually have a really nice attack against that French unit. Let's take it. It's a shame that guy can't move in. So it's either go in with this unit and attack that very weak French unit, or keep shifting. Yes! Just have to fix that gap in the Ardennes. And we will. We will fix the gap, friends. This is why we have the reserve units behind. Move forward. There we go. All done. Now, I don't believe we have entrenchments here. So we're immediately going to get to work on that. Because this southern front is not going to move at all. It's just going to remain the same way the entire war, hopefully. That's our goal, of course. Now, what do you guys think? We've got all these troops here. Should we keep them here for the Western Front, or should we send all these boys over to the Eastern Front to try and help our brothers in the East? What do you guys think? I don't think so, Andrew. Speaking of that, just because you said that, we're going to hammer away here at the enemy. But while we're doing that, you guys mull that question over. Deutschland, Kriegsmarine. Here we go. One enemy ship down. It's not going to be the last one either. So bring some destroyers forward, or light cruisers, pardon me. Just going to pull back a bit and fire as we're pulling back. Should be pretty damn effective. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Should not surrender. The seas are ours. Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy completely back. He needs to get some repairs going. You still think the Entente's gonna take back the seas during their turn? I think we've got this one, my friend. Let's take a look here what you guys said. It's a good point, Andrew. He's saying if we're aiming for a quick victory in the West, stick to the West. And Stian is saying East comes later. But Com Subpack, and I know Com Subpack is a smart guy, is saying to head East. I'm thinking I'm going to trust him. I was wondering if there's some sort of transport... operationally move this unit. Aha! I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, though. Yes? Okay, yeah. So we can send him directly to the Eastern Front. Ho-ho! Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, let's do that again. Oh, we can't do it again right now, at least. We need to be right on the railroad to be able to do it. We could even help out our Austrian allies here if we wanted. But for now, I'm just going to keep them defending Königsberg. Losing Königsberg is a huge hit to morale. I don't want that to happen. We also need a general, so von Kluck, perfect for him to move over here. We got plenty of generals on the Western Front. We'll just have a second general here in the East. I love this. The operational move is awesome. Maybe we put one here in front of Posen. I mean, anywhere is good, really. The enemy is everywhere. Let's put him here. And it would be great if we could get one right there, but we're going to have to wait till next turn. No, you know what? We can use the unit at Koblenz. And I will move him... Can't get right there. Let's get in front of Posen. And I think this other guy, he's going to go into the Western Front. He's lucky. Or is he? I mean, maybe in World War I, it doesn't matter. Either front is horrific. What do you guys think? I think the Eastern Front, even in World War I, might be slightly worse. Slightly worse than the Western Front. Continuing our attack on that weak French unit. Again, we want to pick these weaker units out. This guy will reinforce when we can. Doesn't look like we can right now. One more attack and he is finished. Beautiful. Again, near the Vosges. We've taken out 2 units there. That is a hotspot for destroyed enemy units. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to go for that. I'm not going to attack, but I wanted to take that point. Russell also says we send them east. Thank you, Concept Packet. Kaiser Lake Marine. Yeah, the Western Front was worse, Komsomolets is saying. So actually, these guys are oddly kind of lucky. We also want to reinforce the units here. I'm not even sure if it's worth well, I guess it is worth reinforcing the unit at Memel just to force the enemy to attack it. And let's get our planes a bit closer. In World War I, they can't fly nearly as far as you can imagine. Reinforce for now. This will frustrate the hell out of the Russians, but we're essentially just fortifying existing units. I'm also going to take out that cavalry unit behind us in Stanislav. Bring this guy back to Stanislav. So we've got sort of a front going on, although as you can see, the Russians are advancing here too. They're everywhere, man. All over the damn place. Let's just build some trenches here. No, it's not worth an attack. This could pay off a little bit. Forward 11th Corps. Not bad, but damn, they took a hell of a hit. Should make a defensive line at that river. That's a good suggestion. Maybe pull back to the river here, over to this side. Yeah, that's definitely a good suggestion. If this starts to break, and I think it will, we'll do just that. Nice, good work. Ooh, I thought we could potentially get a kill this turn. You know what, we can. In a really sneaky way, though. We're going to take out the detachment from Königsberg. Oh, yes! The Königsberg detachment! Getting a kill on a Russian army. That's pretty nice. Alright, I think we're going to pay for that, though, next turn. We could just move up to Königsberg, but Allenstein is also important, so I'll entrench here. That's all we're doing this turn. All right, let's end it. Pretty interesting turn nonetheless. Make sure there's nowhere I can actually reinforce or anything like that, but I think, yeah, that's about it. Oh. All right, folks. End the turn here. The loss of grain from Galicia leads to hunger in Austria-Hungary. You don't say. Alright, so, wow, the Belgians are holding on in Ypres. They are actually continuing to hold on. We have naval units in place that could effectively sink merchant shipping from bringing supplies to the UK if we were to stop following the cruiser rules restricting commerce raiding. Yeah, we're absolutely going to authorize naval warfare. Unrestricted naval warfare. It even boosts our morale, but the US is not going to be too happy about it. Here we go, sinking some convoys. The wolves are in the water. More Siberian units. And the Ottomans are officially in the war now. Though not sure where I want to send these Ottomans. I guess we could fight over the Middle East, over Jerusalem with the British. But we could also attack the Russians from the south. The problem is the Ottoman units don't seem to be particularly strong. So I'm not sure if an attack against the Russians would even be effective. But maybe it could take their focus slightly off this front. I don't know, guys. Alright, let's see what happens here. Ferdinand Foch is provided with a command. Good to know. Go, more movement by the Russians. I Hope we extended that line properly. And they've actually, the Belgians have reinforced their units in Ypres. So they're serious about continuing this fight to the very end. We've got the seas. And we are going to have to repair a lot of fleets, but the seas are ours. Wow, it looks like the Russians gave up there. They were like, nope, we can't currently take that area, so it was a good idea to actually reinforce our units at Naval. Again, I don't think we're going to be able to hold those Baltic areas for long anyway, but it's nice that we'll be able to hold them for a couple more turns. Not a bad idea, mister. He's suggesting we retreat with the Kaiserlich Marine now and repair. I think we're doing pretty well, but might not be a bad idea. I feel like we could just finish off the British here, though, completely. So look at that. Look at our ships. Although, yeah, there are a few ships that could use some repairs, specifically our battle cruisers that are taking a lot of damage here. But some of them, like this one, are doing great. Anything over a 7, I'm keeping out here. They just attacked an extremely entrenched position. I think our boys will be able to hold. Wow, I don't know why they're attacking that area specifically. An absolute death trap for the French. Really trying to push into Belgium, but we're barely holding. Now that one unit, the 4, is quite weak. But again, he's still holding on. We'll absolutely have to reinforce him next turn. But it just looks like all of our fronts are doing okay. I think we need to start building trenches here on the eastern front. But I'm surprised. As you can see, there we go. That's what I'm worried about. The Russians breaking through the way they did here. So we'll take our units at Bosen and try and retake that area. But you can see just how quickly they're able to attack and take land. It's almost the Russian equivalent of a blitzkrieg. Defend for the Archduke, men. I think here we're doing great. They still might manage to destroy some of our armies, but we have reinforcing armies. Pardon me, guys. And next turn, we are going to start actually purchasing some units. I wanted to obviously focus on research this turn. Next turn, we'll start buying some more armies. That might be very true, Andrew. Andrew is saying one of the weaknesses of this game is the naval warfare aspect. It does seem pretty simplified. I'm not sure. Maybe it's somewhat stronger here in this this newer iteration of the series. I can't say for sure. What I can say is that the Belgians just turned Ypres into a fortress. Thank you, Andrew. Rock on, man. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that, man. Yeah, we actually, especially during games like this, we don't play any ads. The reason we don't play any ads for games like this is not because I'm a nice, friendly guy. It's because if I alt-tab out of the screen, we're doing a display capture, and you see my entire screen, Bandicam, etc. So I'm not really hiding anything. So thank you so much, Andrew. Prince Wilhelm flees Albania as civil war breaks out. Okay, Russian mobilization continues, of course. Back to our front. I just want to take a look here and see. Ooh. Presents early. It's not even Christmas. And we get the submarine. I want to see exactly how many attacks we have to do to take Ypres. I think actually we'll get in without much difficulty. Let's do that. First, before I forget, let me reinforce that unit there. Amazing work there by the boys in the 7th Corps, managing to take that city all by themselves. Now what I'm going to do is take a stronger corps, put them over here, and Belgium is defeated. They still have their little unit here, a Ypres detachment, surprisingly, but we did take the city itself. Well, guys, I hope you had fun watching this episode. I want to thank Andrew again for his donation. We're definitely going to do some more of this game, but I think we'll just keep this particular campaign here to live streams only. So if you are enjoying the live stream so far, make sure to support by hitting the like button, subscribing if you haven't already, and dropping a comment once the video is actually uploaded to YouTube. And as Andrew did, also helping with donations really does help. Let's give one of our small fish, the destroyer here, the victory over the Yatagan. Alright, not bad. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. It was a lot of fun. I hope you all had fun. Exactly, Comsup back. Our troops think the gifts for Christmas are coming early, but not necessarily. So I'm going to save here and make sure to do another episode. We'll, of course, pretty much use the same front screen. I'll just put a 2 on it, etc. I want to see where we go from here, guys. I want to see exactly what we can manage, essentially. I think it's going to be a tough conflict, and I don't think we can win the war, but I think maybe we can extend it a little longer than it otherwise would be extended. Of course, we need to now respond to this issue, and I think the best thing to do is maybe just stay at Bosen and pretty much hide from any approaching Russians. That might be the safest option here. No, what am I kidding? We're going to probably have to take these units from Allenstein and start dealing some damage the old-fashioned way. Alright, folks, I'll catch you on the next one. I could keep on playing this game forever, but I got some stuff to do. Let's reinforce, and then we'll save this bad boy. Catch you on the next one, folks.